Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading, in particular, mystery reading number 825. My name is Elizabeth. Before getting into this reading, chances are that most of the people watching this video are not subscribed, so if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and would like to help support the growth of my channel, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do decide to support me and stick around, welcome and thank you very much. So, I want to say that this could be a very important message for someone. Just because I had just recorded a reading that was a very important message from somebody's ancestors. So if you feel like your ancestors or a past loved one is trying to connect with you, this reading could be meant for you. But starting with interpreting the number 825, I just looked down at the timer before getting into that number, actually. Looking down at the timer, I first saw the number 122, which is a reminder that change starts with you. So there is something here that is bigger than you. Your choices, how you move forward, it's going to affect more than just you. And then I saw the number 123 after it, and I laughed because I had just made a post on the post tab of my community channel. When I looked at the clock, it said 1:23 p.m. And I literally said before I started recording, well, if it's part of the reading, then I'll see it in the reading. And I literally did. And that number is a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. What you're going through is happening for a reason. You can believe that. You can trust that. And maybe the path forward to whatever difference you feel called to make is not fully illuminated. But if you feel it, trust it. If you believe in it, believe. Believe it. But now, getting into the number 825. 825, the number 8, is about letting go, especially emotionally. It could be attached to letting go of something or someone physically, but it's a sign about walking away from someone or something that doesn't serve you, is not healthy for you, or just allows you to find closure and peace that you deserve. I'm also feeling the energy of the Strength card coming through because the number 8, it's not only is it on the 8 of Cups, it's also on the Strength card. Knowing when to be firm and when to be compassionate, when to set stronger boundaries with other people, with yourself, and when to be patient with others and when to be patient with yourself. It might be important for you to focus on finding this balance, not being too cold and rigid, but also not being too warm and lenient. If you feel called to, this is your confirmation to learn how to use your voice and how to say no. When I looked down at the timer, I saw the number 345, another sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. You're being called to speak, to make your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs heard and known for a reason. You don't have to know it, you just have to trust it. That reason. And sometimes those reasons, I feel like there's many reasons whenever they say, trust that everything happens for a reason. It's more than just one reason. And some of those reasons we make up ourselves, and we get to decide what it means. So maybe it would be good to give yourself that opportunity to define why you are going through what you're going through, or to at least search for an answer spiritually from your spirit guides, the universe. Like, hey, let them know, like, hey, this is irritating me. I want to know why. And they might not give you all the details, honestly, they probably won't. But I feel like they would be willing to at least leave you some breadcrumbs that would help you trust yourself more and believe in yourself more. And that's based on my own experience. Number 2, I wanted to say it's about justice, because the justice card has the number 11, 1 plus 1 is 2. Bring justice to yourself. Focus on bringing justice and fairness to yourself. And the universe and time will deliver that to you through your senses, your reality. I think it's very, very important for you to learn how to be more patient. And maybe that's why it might be good for you to get a little more curious about the reason and trust that everything happens for a reason. Or this could even be an opportunity for you to build a stronger relationship with the universe and your spirit guides, because even if they might not give you the details, they're definitely going to give you reasons to trust your path. Feelings, signs, synchronicities. Pay attention if you feel called to. But the number 2, it's also about balance and priorities, choices. It can also be confirmation to let go, to create balance. There could be someone or something here disturbing your peace and your stability, and it's important that you let go of whoever or whatever this is, because you deserve peace and stability. You deserve to know what to expect. I want to say that feels a little bit specific, so if that doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. Maybe that's why communication is important here for somebody. Transparency, because you deserve to know more. And the number 5 is about change, transformation. I also felt transitions. Going from point A to point B. There is a change here. And I feel like you're being called to embrace it rather than run away from it. To embrace the changes that you feel called to make internally and externally, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, at work, in your relationships. I feel like there's a shift here. This point A to point B, this transition, there's a shift that you're being called to go through where you're in a certain reality, a certain timeline, and you're being called to make internal changes that will shift your reality and the timeline that you're on. It will shift your alignment. And this is about being more aligned with what you deserve. And that's really going to start with you and using your voice and knowing when to say no and being more assertive. Balancing out that compassion with being firm. Really tapping into the full scope of your strength, not just the patience and the compassion, but also the assertiveness, the will. This could even be about physical strength, too. Adding up these numbers, 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 5 is 15. There's 2 messages here. I just saw the clock, 8 minutes, 15 seconds, or the timer on the video. It's funny because the number 8 with the strength here. Number 15, the 2 messages are, well, the first one is I associate that with the devil because the devil card has the number 15 on it. There could be something here tempting you to doubt yourself, to not believe in yourself. And you need to address that. And that could just be coming from yourself, too. You need to get rid of thoughts, feelings, beliefs, people, places, things that do not support your ability to trust yourself, to believe in yourself, your power. I want to say like your inner magician. Definitely your power. The other message, 1 plus 5 is 6. This is about unconditional love. Definitely, if you feel called to watch the last reading, I encourage it because the devil came through there as well. Embrace unconditional love for yourself right now. Choose yourself right now. Be kinder to yourself, but also be assertive to yourself when you need to be. And this should translate into other relationships. Building a healthier relationship with yourself means building a healthier relationship with other people. I'm going to start wrapping up this reading by drawing out a card from these index cards to see what comes through and how it aligns with the number 825. So I have a little text bubble or speech bubble with respect, honesty, and compassion. This speech bubble here really feels like it's confirming using your voice, expressing yourself, honestly, respecting yourself, your voice, your needs, your desires, who you are, and what you want, and what you need, like I said. And I do think it's interesting that this card says compassion, because it feels like in the energy you already know how to be compassionate and honest and respectful. And you can be assertive through respect, honesty, and compassion. Being assertive, it doesn't have to be about being aggressive or verbally or physically. Aggression, it can come in different forms. Like, I'm thinking right now about how I recently asked this AI that I use if a lawyer would be aggressive if I was assertive in some documentation that I have. You either know what I'm talking about or you don't. But a lawyer is not, they can be aggressive, but they're not going to be disrespectful, they're not going to lie, they're not going to be deliberately harsh. And you can do that too. You don't have to be a lawyer either. So, trust yourself, listen to your intuition, your inner voice, and allow yourself to tap into the courage that already exists within you.